Everyone, this is Queen Lace, and today I'm going to be going over Viking Vengeance event with you. So the Viking Vengeance event comes around once every 2 weeks, but actually twice. So it's Tuesday and Thursday every other week. And when you are R4 or R5, you get to choose whatever time you want for that. So you see here, if I click Modify Registration, it gave me the time choices similar to setting the bear trap. So if you want more information on how to set things, then I suggest watching my video on how to set a bear trap. But this video is going to be more about how to participate and earn these rewards. You can see that there are some pretty great rewards. You get alliance tokens, as well as getting governor gear, upgrade material, and resources. And there are alliance rewards as well that are the same, based on how your alliance performs. So now we've looked at the details, let's go ahead and go back to our city. So you can see in the chat as we set up for this event, we're telling people to send their coordinates so that we can reinforce them. The way that this event works is that you get points for reinforcing people and points for your city surviving as well. But the people reinforcing you get more points if your city is empty. So you can see here that I recommend to send your archers out to gather and only to send cavalry and infantry to reinforce. That's a tip I've heard in the past. Let me know in the comments what you think of that. But that's how I'm going to do it today. I'm going to send my archers away to gather. So yeah, let's go back to the world. And first, I'm going to recall any troops that I have gathering because I might need those infantry or cavalry. Okay, so we can see that those troops are returning. And now they have returned. So first thing I'm going to do is send away all my archers. So I'm going to pick a resource node that will take more time than the Vikings will take. So I know that Vikings will take about 30 minutes to an hour. And so gathering time of an hour, that's going to be perfect. So I'm going to click gather. It'll automatically assign some of your weaker heroes. I'm going to keep Gordon out and add someone else instead that is weaker. And then here I can clear all. And I'm just going to select my archers. And this might be a little tedious for you to go through and select all the archers, but it is worth it. And as you upgrade your troops, that'll get easier because you'll have less levels of archers to choose from. So I've selected all my archers. I'm going to go ahead and deploy those. So now all my archers are out of my city and going to that gathering node. So now I'm back at my city and I just need to send away all my other troops to help the rest of the people, like to help your alliance members and also help yourself get points. And so I normally look for people nearby, but also who are online. And ideally you want them to be similar in power to you, but that's not necessarily required. So I can click here into my chat again, and I can ask if anyone needs reinforcements. And you can see this person says that they don't know how many they have, and you can actually check for them. So when you click on a castle, you can see how many people are reinforcing that castle. Again, I'm kind of looking for people who are online. It's not necessarily a requirement, but it is helpful. And I also can see that people are dispatching to my city. So SMR just dispatched to my city, and so I'm going to go ahead and dispatch to her city as well. So I clicked her, and then I clicked her coordinates, and now I will click her castle, and I see she has 0. I'm going to reinforce, and I'm going to hit equalize, and that gave me about 14,000. I want to send a little bit more to her, and so I'm going to start sending just a couple more. I want to reinforce more than one person, so that's why I'm not sending everyone. But it's a good start, and it will help protect her. And bartender has asked for some, so I'm going to find his coordinates. Here he is. He has a lot of reinforcements, and so I'm going to reinforce. I'm going to equalize again, and I will send that. And I have two other marches actually. And so this person just asked for some. See, I'm kind of scanning the map looking for them so that I don't have to ask them to send their coordinates. I couldn't find them, so I'm going to ask for them to send your coordinates. And I'm going to go ahead and send my coordinates as well. For me, it's not too big of a deal if I'm super reinforced because I'm not prioritizing this event and lasting very long. But you can see that two people that I already reinforced have reinforced me as well. And I'm going to go back to my city. Little misclick there. And I'm going to hit this share icon. And you can see that you can share into private chats or your alliance chat or even world chat. I'm going to share into my alliance chat. And I can see this person shared theirs. So I click and reinforce them. And now I can reinforce one other person. And now Toxic has also shared her location, and so I will go reinforce her as well. And you can see when I hit equalize that this doesn't change, which means that I have reached my capacity here in my March queue. And so now I've reinforced everyone that I can. And so now we're just waiting for the Vikings to hit. If we want to see how much time we have left, we can go back up to events and we can navigate over to the Vikings Vengeance page and we'll see that we have 10 minutes left. I'm going to pause the video and then I'll resume once those minutes have passed. Okay, so we see that now there's a pop-up that says Vikings is opening in a few seconds. And so then Vikings will come in waves. So you'll see that wave 1 through 9 is going to alternate between players who are online and players who are offline. Specifically, like you'll have waves where it attacks every single person and waves where it only attacks people online. And that's one reason that there's a benefit to reinforcing people that are online, because then those people will be guaranteed to get attacked, and so then you're more guaranteed to get those points. You can see my screen turns red when I am under attack, and I have this little thing, just like if you're getting attacked by a real person, where it says like level 1 Vikings are attacking. This isn't anything to freak out about. Sometimes you can request help if you have not been reinforced already, but I have been reinforced, so I'm not going to panic. And you can come up here to events and go back over to the Vikings. And you can see what wave you're on. So we're about to have wave 2 already. Wave 1 went over pretty fast. You can see your defense points and your alliance defense points. And then you can also see how many times you've been defeated. So with this event, the event doesn't stop until you've reached level 20 or until every single city has been defeated twice by the Vikings. And so you can see my city hasn't been defeated yet, and we're already about to be on wave 3. And you can click here to members, and you can see the people you're assisting and how many defeats that they have. And then you can also look down to see the other people in your alliance and their reinforcements and how many defeats they have. So this helps you understand where to move your troops to. And so that's helpful and useful. You can see here the rewards that you've already earned as the event goes. And you can even look at your personal ranking even as the event is live. You can see things look pretty chaotic during the Vikings event. You see these little guys coming in waves attacking cities, and your screen just stays red, so it can be kind of a nuisance. You can also click here to get to this Vikings page instead of navigating through the events tab. I just like to show people the events tab because I think it's a useful thing to know where it is. You can see the countdown of the total time you have left, so we have about 30 minutes left. So yeah, that's kind of the main things that there are for Vikings. Now, you heard me mention earlier that there will be different waves. And so I'm kind of waiting for my friend here to post the waves. But I also think maybe you can see them up here. So any event that you have going on, you can click this little info button to get more info. And you can kind of scroll through and look. And that's not super helpful for what I'm trying to communicate, which is that they hit in waves. And so waves 1 through 9 are going to be different amounts of either everyone or only online players being hit. Whereas wave number 10 is going to hit your Alliance HQ. So that's a great place to earn points. It's going to be kind of a bigger hit. And then the same thing with wave 20. It will also be your Alliance HQ, but also members at the same time. So you don't want to put all your horses in one basket, if that makes sense. You want to distribute things still and be kind of fluid and kinetic and moving and adjusting as you see things happening. I can hit battle report and I can see different amounts of points I'm getting for different people that I am reinforcing. So depending on how many um, troops I sent them, but also how many other troops people other than me sent them. So you can see that my city is gaining me a lot of points, but then when we look at bartender, I'm getting 380 points. We can see that a lot of people are reinforcing him. But then when we look at this one with 765 points, I'm one of only two people that are reinforcing them. And so that is a factor into why I'm getting more points for them. And you can see that the amount of points is changing. So the city attack I got 7,800. The last one I got 6,600. So the amount of points is fluctuating as we're progressing through the event. And you'll keep getting that report just under reports in your mail. You can see we're now on level 7 of the attack, and the next wave will be in 2 minutes. It does tell you the target here, so it says members online are going to be attacked. And you can see some people are already burning, so that means that they've already taken that 1 defeat out of 2. And so if I go back and click here and look again at my members, I can see the people I'm defending still haven't taken any, but I can scroll down and I can see, oh, this person already has taken 2 defeats. These people have taken 1 defeat. And you can see that those people were not reinforced at all and most likely were not online recently. People who were online that have had an opportunity to build up more resources, more troops, they're able to defend themselves a little better, so that's why they're not taking defeats yet. I like double checking the people that I reinforce periodically because if they've taken their 2 defeats, then I can move those troops to someone else because once they've taken 2 defeats, they're going to stop being attacked. You can see a lot of talking happening. I'm kind of scrolling up to look for that list of waves just so that I can give you a little bit more clear of a instruction about that. Unfortunately, I'm not able to find it right this second. Let me ask for it. So you'll see a lot of information about this game gets kind of passed down through copy paste text. And so you don't really memorize it, but instead you like just copy and paste those. And you can see this guy, like he did just copy and paste this for me. So waves 1 through 6 are all members. Wave 7 was online members. 8 through 9 all members. And then 10 HQ, like I said. Then you can see here that there's a mix of all players, online players, and HQ. I'll leave this on the screen a minute, my cursor over here, that way you can kind of copy it and paste it if you would like, or screenshot it. So it's kind of useful in moving around who you're reinforcing and knowing when to reinforce HQ. So this event is so chaotic with all the cities burning, and it's one of the reasons it's one of my least favorite events, honestly. I'm just not a violent more loving person. The little Viking dudes are a little funny to watch attack. You can watch these ones attack this guy. See, they act a little like the zombies off Plants vs. Zombies, I think. Um, yeah, so you can see they're really going after everyone on this wave. And there's even some from last wave still here. But yeah, man, so many Vikings. They all just kind of spawn in. So one thing that people do is they normally encourage their members to put out these fires. Personally, I would not put out the fire until you've been defeated twice. Like for example, if you were offline and you just join in late, I would leave the fire going until you're just attacked again because each time you put out a fire, it's 500 diamonds. So you don't want to waste your diamonds putting that out twice. So whenever you're attacked by like an enemy person in another alliance, the fire starts this timer, this green countdown, and you could be teleported away from your alliance. In Vikings Vengeance, that doesn't really happen. You're not really probably going to get teleported because you weren't hit like very hard. But it's possible that you could be teleported. So the longer you're offline, the faster that this bar will decrease in time. Because the green bar is not a health bar, it's actually a timer that has started whenever you are attacked. And so if that timer is counting down and you have been inactive, it counts down faster. But if you have been active, then it counts down slower, so like this person. In my experience, a lot of the time I am away from Kingdom AFK during this event because I just don't like it very much at all. Normally it's in the morning, and I normally wake up to my city still being on fire, but normally having a health bar that is pretty full, so that is not a huge deal. Let's check again all the people that we are reinforcing. You can see that we are on level 10. There are 21 minutes left of the event. People we're reinforcing, this person already took 2 defeats, and so I'm going to pull my troops away from them and send them to someone else. So I can click out of here, and I can go find which reinforcement they were by clicking through my reinforcements. They are this one, and so I am going to recall those. You can recall 2 ways. You can click this little arrow by them, or you can hit view reinforcements, and you can withdraw this way. And so I am withdrawing. You can see my troops are returning, and I'm going to send them to someone else that is more stable. So I'm going to my members to look to see like who might need it. And I'm going to try to send to Wizard in because I see that they have no reinforcements and they're really close to me, 4 kilometers. So I can click the little button to go to my home and look for them. I'm just imagining that I already scrolled past them and the chat is just going to be making fun of me looking for them. Yeah, I don't see them. So I'm going to look around for someone else as well. So when I click on a city, You can see the reinforcements that they have. This person has a lot. Again, you kind of want someone that is online. So one thing that you can do when you're looking for someone specific is you can scroll out on your map. So you just see the names of the cities, and that helps you find them faster. So I can see this person I was looking for here. And they have a bubble, so I don't have to worry about them. So let me zoom out again. You want to be like just at the right zoom where you still see their city names. And I ended up just picking someone close that had a little bit of reinforcement, but not too many. Again, like if you're the only person reinforcing someone, you get a lot more points than if you are 1 out of 10 people reinforcing them. So that's one reason that I choose someone that has only a little bit reinforcements, and also to help them more, right? I hate this event so much. All the red, all the like chaos, all the fire. You can see this person probably will be teleported because their timer is running out. We can kind of watch that happen actually promptly. Yes, let's focus on this person right here. You can see that green timer is going out because they haven't been online in like 2 days. This is one part of why we encourage people. Oh, yep, see that they just got teleported. So it's one reason that we encourage people to log in once a daily, every single day, even if it's just for 5 minutes, because then you have things like that timer that you are like reinforcing and building up to be stronger. I'm gonna check again when wave 12. This did take so long too. I still have 0 defeats. Let's see about the people I'm reinforcing. They all have 0 as well. Let's look at the points that we're getting. Wow, so my city points have gone up significantly. And you can see I was getting less points for bartender earlier, and now I'm getting more because we're getting more advanced. But I'm still getting more points for the people that have less people in reinforcing them. So 1,000 versus 700. But that 700 is still a big improvement from down here, where for bartender I was getting like 500. So as you keep going up in levels, you keep going up in points. Pretty awesome. And you can see that person that I just reinforced that even though they were offline for a few days, I'm getting good reinforcement points for them compared to some other people. Man, it all is just chaos. And because that's the nature of the event where it doesn't stop until everyone has been defeated twice, you're going to keep seeing that the fire will keep building up and getting pretty chaotic. You might have noticed that even though I said Wave 10 will be an attack on your headquarters, I didn't really pivot to reinforce the headquarters because I knew we would have enough other people doing that. And to me, the time that it's been like that you spend reinforcing people and moving your troops, it's not really worth sending troops to the headquarters if there are already other people doing that. Okay, so this is a long event that is going to keep happening. You can see this little scout tower just popped up, and that means that someone's sending me reinforcements. So I can click here, and I can see that this person's sending me reinforcements. And so actually I will go look at them as well. So I can click here and click their coordinates. I just want to make sure they're reinforced as well. They are, and I will just keep them in mind for the next time that someone gets defeated twice and no longer needs my troops. I will send them to that person because it is considered polite to respond when someone reinforces you and reinforce them back. So I can see this person already has one defeat. Probably will have another defeat if my troops are already losing. And so I will go ahead and view my reinforcements, and I will go ahead and pull them. And I'm going to go send those reinforcements to Mirazet that had reinforced me. So I know I talked about this a little bit about how sending your archers away was a tip that I was just trying out. But I think from this experience, I am getting more points doing that than I have in the past on my other server. Whenever I, just kept troops where they were and sent even archers. So sending archers away, I think, was a good move. Here we can see that defeat. I still got points, but there were a lot less points than what I was getting down here whenever it was a success. So moving those troops was a good move. So you see someone here talking about not healing wounded troops. That's a good thing to mention. When people are reinforcing you, you want your city to be empty so they're getting maximum points reinforcing you. And when you heal your troops, your city is suddenly not empty, so they suddenly do not get those points. With that said, you could heal your troops in between the waves, and then you could reinforce that way. So you could, like, in between waves, heal your troops really fast, and then send them out to reinforce someone else. I think a lot of the time people will just yell at you not to heal because they don't want to, like, explain that process of just rushing out, and they want to make sure they still get their points. But I think it's good to just know and be aware. Because you can see some of my troops are taking damage, but I'm not going to heal them yet. But I might consider healing them between waves later at a different time. You can see the number of people on fire has really increased. You can click Vikings and take a peek. So you can see that the list automatically has dwindled because the people who are out and who have already taken defeats were already removed from the list. So the list is definitely not all of our members, it's only the members who are still alive and surviving. In terms of rewards, We've already reached level 4 rewards. You can see rewards are based on the alliance points as well as their personal points. So we've kind of maxed out personal points, but we need those alliance points in order to get more rewards. I'm happy I'm still at 0 out of 2 defeats. That's making me feel like proud. Especially since I don't normally like to play this event. I can see another person is reinforcing me, and I can also see fire. So that means that I did take one defeat, and I probably will take more defeats. Because someone is actively working on defending me, I'm going to go ahead and extinguish the fire. But I'm not going to repair the guard station because it restored 240, and I know that I'm going to take one more attack damage, so I will wait until I have that and then restore both at the same time. Man, just chaos. So now you can see my defeats are 1 out of 2, just as I was bragging about being a 0 out of 2. Maybe that extra reinforcement will help me stay, but maybe not. When I click numbers, you can see that a lot of my people have taken all their troops, all their hits. So I'm going to recall all of those reinforcements other than Bartender. And I'm recalling them this fast way, just clicking the arrow. I'm watching for when they return so I can speedily go ahead and send them right back out. I'm kind of waiting for both of these to return so I can send like a stronger reinforcement to this person. That way, since so many people are already out, I'm helping them a little more. Okay, both are back. I'm going to send that. And so instead of equalizing, I'm just going to send that full rally. Still not full because my other troops were already out, but hopefully it helps them. And I can see fire again, so I am out. I already took both losses. So I will extinguish that, and then this time I will repair my guard station because I am already out. And so because I'm already out, I can look at the reinforcements I have, and I can send them back. But I'm still earning points from reinforcing the other people. And now I can actually go ahead and heal since I have no one reinforcing me anymore. So I can send those reinforcements out. Let's go see who's alive. So you can see I'm 2 out of 2. Too bad. You can see this person is already 2 out of 2, so I will recall those troops. 1 out of 2, so he's on his way out. This guy is still standing up though. Okay, both these people I can go ahead and pull my troops from. And let's look at who's alive. So you can see this list got really short. I will send to him and probably back to him again. Those guys are both R4s as well, so it's kind of some R4 solidarity happening. Let me see if I can find Logan's castle. There he is. He is very far away from me, so I wonder if I will even make it in time. I can go ahead and heal these guys and send them here. So it looks like in order to send reinforcements, you have to pull out your troops first, and I don't really want to do that and leave my troops away from him. So instead, I will look and see if there's someone else I can send to. This guy's taken both hits, and these two are the only ones that are left. They're both 0 out of 2 though, so they're both doing pretty great, and we're on level 20. Oh man, he got on fire. The next attack is going to be on the HQ, and I think a lot of people are forgetting to focus on that, so I'm going to look for our HQ. And I'm going to dispatch my troops there. You can see that they're advising level 8 and 7 infantry. Garrison amount is going to be dependent on your squad leader, and so I think that it'll be okay, even though I did not select for the troop levels. There is some logic to telling people that though, because it helps limit the amount of squad taking up this rally capacity to only powerful squad. So these people have sent, and I'm kind of keeping an eye on the garrison because I'm going to switch the garrison lead to the more powerful people when they arrive. Just out of curiosity, I kind of do want to see what mine. So I have 275, so this guy is stronger. And this guy was even stronger. 343, 350. You can see where it's going up and up. I happen to know our members kind of well to know like who has the best rally capacity. Wow, so Leo Zodiac actually is the best right now, so I'll leave him. And if you want to see who's coming, you can click on their little troops as they're walking to see. The rally leader is going to be getting those little like towers that are telling them people are on the way. You can see we have 3 people on the way, but then the Vikings are coming. We have this big guy coming. I'm ready for this event to be over. So you'll notice that they're celebrating getting through all 4 rounds because, all 20 rounds. Because getting through all 20 rounds for your first Viking Vengeance is kind of unusual. I think it depends on the age of the server because servers are on a timeline, and so if a server just started yesterday, they might have Vikings today, and it would be terrible. But we started like 2 weeks ago, so that we have a much better chance at being okay for the Vikings. And yeah, so that is it. Vikings is over. We can go up here to the event. I can see countdown to award allocation because it will allocate awards based on like other alliances getting a chance to perform as well. My personal ranking 41, a lot more people more powerful than me, um, and reinforcing probably wiser. But our alliance ranking, you can see right now we're number 4, and that number could change based on how alliances do within the rest of the time that is left. Overall, pretty good Viking Vengeance. You're going to want to make sure that your house is not on fire, so I will go home real quick. Check, I'm not on fire. And then you can go ahead and recall all your reinforcements. And yeah, that is how you play Vikings Vengeance. I hope this video helps you. Comment any questions, any advice, and have a great day.